Good evening. Good evening, everybody. How are you? Welcome to the 6th annual Jack's Basket Gala. My name is, welcome. Yeah, give it up. Who's here for all 6? Can I see a hand if you've been here 6 times? All 6? There they are. My name is Dr. Mike Pitt. You can call me Dr. Michael Pitt. I'm here tonight to celebrate with you the mission of Jack's Basket, welcome you to dinner, and get this party started. I first met Kirsta about 6 years ago when we met for coffee at the Children's Hospital, and we sat and started to strategize how to get healthcare providers to think differently about how they talk about Down syndrome, how to change the story for families from the moment of that first conversation. I've served on the board, I've been to all 6 galas, and tonight I'm honored to be your MC this evening. We hope you're enjoying your evening. By the chatter, I can tell you are. That's very flattering. We have an inspiring program to share with you filled with powerful stories, exciting program updates, and we'll have many opportunities to showcase how Jack's Basket is changing the narrative about how children are born with Down syndrome and how they're celebrated from the moment of diagnosis. Now, tonight would not be possible without the help of many of our sponsors, our vendors, volunteers, staff, board of directors. We want to specifically thank, for the 5th year, our presenting sponsor, Gens Ryan. Where are they? I love those guys. There they are. 5 years, thank you for being here again. We could not do this without your support and generous partnership to further Jack's Basket mission, celebrating children with Down syndrome. I hope you all took a chance to try to win some cash tonight. We'll be doing the split the pot raffle right at the end of dinner, about 10 minutes to the hour. But before we get to dinner, I'm excited to welcome a very special guest. In fact, the person for whom the baskets are named. Please welcome to the stage to say a prayer with his dad and welcome us, Jack and his dad, Chris.
Hi, my name is Chris, and this is
Jackie boy.
Jackie Boy? Do you have something to share with these guys today? Okay, what is it?
Maybe Gala.
Welcome.
I go to Gala.
The
Make better.
Welcome to the You Make Me Better Gala. Good job. Well, welcome to an incredible night, and I have the pleasure of praying tonight. So, if you would, bow your heads, and we'll pray. Lord, we thank you for just a wonderful night, an opportunity to come and gather, something that wasn't necessarily the case a few years ago. And we just thank you for the people in this room, and not only the opportunity to gather, but just to be here in fellowship with one another and those that are viewing at home. We just thank you for the individuals that get a chance to be a part of this wonderful thing. And without all of these people, this whole thing wouldn't take place. And so we just thank you for everybody here tonight. We ask you just for a special hand on our guests of honor tonight, those that have Down syndrome, and just what a wonderful creation. That are fearfully and wonderfully made in your image, and we thank you for them and the impact that they have on our lives. Each table has a basket, and we just pray over these baskets as those go, and just how they'll impact families and share hope and share light in their lives. And we also just pray as those baskets go out for the medical community that goes out and just continues to walk hand in hand with so many of these families that are here and across the world, and just continue to shape the hearts of those people that are serving our community. And we just thank you so much for them. We just ask you to bless this night, our conversation, the opportunity that we have to meet. We pray all these things in your name. Amen.
When the sharpest words wanna cut me down, I'm gonna send a flood, gonna drown a mind.
I thought of several different ways to get people's attention. This was one of them. The other one was, Dear God. See, you got quiet. See, nobody wanted to interrupt God. That was nice of you. Thank you. So again, I want to start by, if you have a drink in front of you, water or wine, anything, raise it up, and let's toast. How about the kids here that are rocking an extra chromosome? Stand up if you're one of the kids we're celebrating tonight. Raise your glass. Thanks for being here. Take a sip. So we're about to do the Split the Pot raffle, a chance to win money. This year we actually broke our record from last year. Our pot grew to $7,810. So that means somebody has a chance at winning and kind of building up their gift for later. $3,905 in the Split the Pot. So can I get a drum roll on your desk, please? Okay, you should have your ticket. Ticket number 785254. 785254. Do I have a bingo? Where are we? Yay, congratulations. You can pick up your prize. Again, you're loaded up for when it comes time to raise a paddle for the fund mission. You can pick up your prize later. Give her a nice round of applause. Thank you. Okay, we have another surprise. This is my Oprah moment. I'm excited about this. I have an Oprah moment. Under everybody's basket, we have a surprise courtesy of our friends and platinum sponsor at Schuler Shoes. There are not shoes under the basket, but if you lift up your basket, there should be a $50 gift card, and I'm going to tell you who at your table gets to win it. So look under your basket. This is the Oprah. You get some shoes, and you get some shoes, and you get some shoes. Okay, everybody find it? We have a birthday club. I don't know if everybody knows about that at Jack's Basket, where you can give every date of your birthday to support our mission. Whoever's birthday is closest to today at your table gets a $50 shopping spree. Discuss that amongst yourselves and then hand out your prize. Happy birthday, everybody. Congratulations. Okay, this is our 10-minute warning. We'll be coming back live. I do want to prep us for one thing. Dear God, dear Lord, please, I do want to get us on the same page as something. We're going to come back in 10 minutes and go live to our virtual audience. We've got people in 26 states, 7 countries watching. When I introduce us and say we're here from the depot in Minneapolis, I want you to go nuts. I want them to regret not flying here and buy their ticket for next year's gala. So when I say at the depot, go nuts, I'll be back in 10 minutes. Good evening, we are back. Welcome to those of you in the room with us tonight. My name is Dr. Mike Pitt. I'm here to MC the 6th annual Jack's Basket Gala. To our friends watching home from 7 countries, 25 states, we are live in Minneapolis at the Depot, and we wish you were here. So we want to incentivize you to buy your ticket next year to be here in person. I'm going to tease that date right now, October 13th. We hope to see some of you there. If you're watching this live from home, if you're with my mom, if she knew how to tweet, she would probably tell me to stand up straighter. So if people want to follow our hashtag Hashtag You Make Me Better Gala. See if my mom's on it for us. We continue to be in awe of the community that believes the lives of individuals with Down syndrome are valued and loved and worthy of celebration. Jack's Basket believes every life is a gift and has the potential to impact communities for the better. Tonight, we celebrate the work we're doing, and we get ready to do the work we're about to do this year that's really exciting. We're gonna raise over $500,000 tonight for Jack's Basket, am I right? So there's a phrase that I learned from Kirsta, and you might hear it a lot, of uniquely created. Have you heard her say that before? Has everybody said that? I want to take a second to talk about what it means to be uniquely created. For some of you that know me, I'm a Christian magician, physician, pediatrician. So you'll get to see a little bit of all of those. But I need some uniquely created kids to help me tonight. If you are rocking an extra chromosome and want to help me on the stage, I need at least 4 or 5 people. Kirsta, Owen, Ricky, Emily, anybody, come on up here and help me. Give them a round of applause. There he is. That's Ricky, right? Ricky, come on up. I need a few of you guys. There's Kirsta. Anybody else willing to come? Great. Thanks, guys. Keep it coming for them at home and abroad. Thank you, guys. We're going to talk. Ricky, how old are you?
Usually good.
You're doing pretty well, Kirsta. I know you well. I don't know if we've met. Emily, how old are you? Good. You're good? Okay, perfect. So we're going to try something about what it means to be uniquely created. Have you seen one of these before? This is a Rubik's Cube. Have you seen that? Oh, look at this. We got everybody. Come on up. Jocelyn's here. Hey, Jocelyn, why don't you stand right here? You can stand right here. I'm going to hand this to you, okay? And I want you to, in a minute, I'm going to have you guys all mix up the Rubik's Cube. Because who knows how many combinations there are to a Rubik's Cube? Anybody in the audience know? 47 quintillion combinations. That is 400 million times the number of human beings that have ever lived on the earth. That means if every baby got a Rubik's Cube in their basket for the history of mankind and tried to mix it once a second for their entire life, no 2 cubes would ever be made the same. So Jocelyn, would you hand that to Ricky for me? Here, I can do it for you. Ricky, will you give that a mix?
Yes, Dan.
Every time you mix it, you can mix it as many times as you want. You're gonna see this a lot tonight. My belt broke on my tuxedo. So I just want to prepare you for this, that I'm occasionally going to be doing this on camera, and so I'm going to get a tweet from my mom, but it's a different kind of show. Okay, Ricky, would you, now that you've mixed that, would you hand that to Kirsta and give that a mix? Every time they're mixing it, it's getting into a combination that's never existed before. Emily, how about you? Kirsta, will you hand it to Emily and have her give it a mix? Perfect. So we're making a combination, and I hope you can see where this is going, that is uniquely created. Right? And Owen, I'll let you do the last couple mixes there. Emily, if you'll give it to Owen. Or Emily's trying to solve it. That would ruin everything. Yeah, Emily, hand it to Owen for us. Give it a mix. And when you're done, you say stop and hand it back to me. Are you happy with that? So here's what's interesting. What if I had told you that we were going to solve the cube? You feel good about it? That would have been pretty cool if they'd solved the cube, right? But I'm going to show something even different, and Allie can help me here too. This cube is exactly the way it was meant to be. Because I told you no 2 cube has ever been the same, but have you seen what's sitting on the stage the entire night? I want to show you guys something. Underneath this glass, and you can come in tight with the camera for me, I want to show you something. This cube was made exactly the way it was supposed to be. Let's see. That's a match. 1 side, 2 sides, 3 sides. Look at the camera tight there. 4 sides, 5 sides, 6 sides. Exactly the way you were designed to be. Thank you guys for being on stage. Give them a round of applause. Jocelyn, Allie, Owen, Kirsta, Emily, Owen. So I asked this earlier. Many of you have been here for all 6 times. This is my 6th time at this event, at the 6th annual gala. Jack's Basket is growing. Nothing can tell us that better than the global impact. We're going to go on the view in a minute and take a look at the video showing the global impact. And then after that, you'll hear from the person that started all this herself, Kirsta, our executive director and founder of Jack's Basket. We'll come to the stage after the video to share the vision. Give it up for the video and then Kirsta.
Daphne, and this is Isaiah, who's almost 7 months old. We're from North St. Paul, Minnesota. Isaiah was the 5,000 baby to be celebrated at Jack's Basket back in March 2022. We're so grateful for the basket that we received, for the connections, the gifts, and the resources that they provide. Jack's Basket impacted our lives so much, knowing that we're not alone and he was celebrated that day. We're just, again, so grateful for the love that was poured out in that basket and the connections that they provided us. Thank you so much for everything you do.
Can you say bye? Can you say bye and thank you? Thank you for the basket. Bye-bye.
Hi, my name is Taryn Fletcher. My husband Jonathan and I have 3 children, and our baby, Amari, has Down syndrome. When we first learned about Amari's diagnosis, we cried. And that was really because we didn't know what everything meant. What was this journey going to actually look like? It wasn't one we had prepared for. However, when we received our basket from Jack's Basket, we cried again because it was so much clarity at that point. We were having another baby, and that was it. There wasn't much to think about. There was only celebration, which eventually led us to having Amari and learning he is just another awesome kid to have in our family. Jonathan and I are now really active in the Down syndrome community. My work with Jack's Basket includes me texting or calling and connecting with moms and dads and families who have the same diagnosis that I had back when Amari was just 13 weeks in utero. But what the best part of it is, I get to share just how exciting it is to be a mom to Amari and my other children as well. But I really get to share how Amari is thriving, growing, and just being his amazing self. I owe it all to Jack's Basket, to giving me another outlook on what it meant to be Amari's mom really early on, so that I can really enjoy it and help other mothers and other families enjoy it just the same. Say hi to everyone, Amari. Can I say hi? Hi. Hello, everyone.
Hello, my name is Ragnhild Stuhler and I'm on the board of the organization Veslas Koffert. Veslas Koffert, meaning the little one's suitcase, was founded in 2014 by 6 mothers to babies and small children with Down syndrome. When our kids were born, we felt alone and without the parent community that could help understand our many different feelings and worries. We felt that we got little or outdated information about what to expect for the future and how life with a young child with Down syndrome could be. We experienced a one-sided focus on the medical aspect and everything that could go wrong. We heard about Jack's Basket and immediately thought that was a great concept to adopt here in Norway. The first red suitcase was handed out in 2015. Now, 7 years later, more than 530 suitcases have been sent to hospital all across Norway.
Hi, Jack's Basket. This is Juliana Saballero from Atlanta, and this is Diego, and we're here delivering one of our baskets to one of our local parents in Atlanta, Georgia. This is one of the main reasons why we love Jack's Basket. We're able to make beautiful connections like this one today.
I feel so honored. Thank you for. I'm Valerie. I'm a new mom, expecting my baby due January 2023, and I'm so happy and I feel so supported by Juliana and the organization in general. So thank you so much for the support. It's been very helpful for me, and I feel so excited. So thank you. And thanks, Juliana.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Good evening and welcome. As Dr. Pitt mentioned, I'm Kirsta Carroll. I am the founder and executive director. I'm a proud wife to Chris and mom to Luke, Jack, and Taylor. And I am so grateful you're here. And our lives changed forever 9 years ago when we received Jack's unexpected diagnosis of Down syndrome, and I'm grateful for the ways that he's inspired me to speak up, advocate, and create change through Jack's Basket. But before I share the vision of where we're headed as an organization, I want to recognize that many of you are the reason that we've been able to experience the amount of growth we have in the past 6 years as a nonprofit. There are so many people behind this great work, and I want to take a moment to thank and recognize the people that help us do what we do. Starting with our guests with Down syndrome. Could our guests with Down syndrome please rise? Can you please stand for me? We want you to know that you are our guests of honor, that this evening is a night that we hope you feel the love, that we believe in you, that you are God's masterpiece, created in his image to do great things. You are created with a purpose. You are worthy of celebration, respect, love, and acceptance, and we celebrate you each and every day. And you do make all of us a better people. So how about this event, right? When you walked into this place, I always just am in awe of Dre and Covey events and the Gala committee led by Julie Knipp and the silent auction team and just the volunteers. So could we just thank all of those people that have been planning for months and months to make this night happen? And to the sponsors, all of you, that we really couldn't put on a memorable and inspiring and impactful evening like this, and we're just thankful for your committed support and so that we can have the best night of the year. And I get to work alongside Melody and Callie and Angie and Marin, and that makes up the staff and myself, and I just every day get to work alongside hardworking, creative, fun, amazing women, and so I'm thankful for them. And the devoted, there's so many devoted volunteers that come in and help us. The board members, committee members, they provide me guidance. They are strategic, and really, as we continue to grow at the pace that we are, I'm thankful for the time that they invest in helping us as an organization. And the basket delivery parents and our regional lead parents around the U.S., they sacrifice a lot of time to support these families when they're searching for hope. And so these are all parents that have a child with Down syndrome that are giving back to the community by delivering these baskets to new families. So we could have not have celebrated 1,350 babies already in 2022 without their help. And we are grateful for the healthcare providers that care for our families every day, and they're joining our efforts in changing the narrative, and they become our Down syndrome champions, and that is what is helping us change the narrative around the diagnosis, and we are so thankful for them, and you're going to get to meet a few more later this evening. And to all of our guests this evening, whether you're in the ballroom or viewing from home, I'm grateful for your time to be here, because you could be anywhere. And tonight really is a celebration of the work that we get to do every year. And because of you, we have been able to bring hope, eliminate bias, and celebrate over 6,000 babies in 40 countries in all 50 states. That is incredible. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And because of the global movement stirring here tonight, there will be more babies born with Down syndrome. Thank you for supporting this mission, and thank you in advance for the financial commitment that you'll make tonight, because together we are changing the way the world welcomes and celebrates babies uniquely created with Down syndrome. So there's many new and exciting things that have happened since our last gala, and a few I'd like to highlight as we move to a bigger office, doubling our space so we can welcome more babies and really utilizing every square foot. Just a few short years ago, we were all just a group of volunteers and now have grown to 5 employees. We're on pace to celebrate 1,800 babies in 2022, with a record high last month in September. We celebrated 311 babies. Each month, we are presenting to medical providers who in turn request baskets for new families, and by the end of the year, we anticipate doubling the number of new providers who are onboarded as our Down syndrome champions. So a couple weeks ago, Jack's Basket was an exhibitor at the Down Syndrome Diagnosis Network conference in Washington, D.C., and when attendees would come into the exhibitor hall and see our booth, I saw this common reaction on their face as expressing that Jack's Basket was, gave them so much hope. And as tears started welling up in their eyes and then mine as I listened, they often said that we were the only ones that congratulated them, saying that we were the first time they had heard something positive and supportive at the start of their journey. And as much as it filled my heart with joy to know that we got the chance to celebrate their baby with them, it also broke my heart that we were the first one to congratulate them. That is not how the story should start, and that is why we are here tonight. Often when people think of Jack's Basket, they think of the basket program, the gifts for a new baby, the parent connection, and the link to the local and national resources. And they're right, but that's only one part of our mission. For the start of the story to begin differently, we have to reach the providers that give this unexpected news to new families. Over the course of the last 4 years, we've been creating tools and equipping providers on how they give that unexpected news in an unbiased way. This is an intentional part of our mission and impacts our families and is reframing the narrative around Down syndrome in society. Throughout our monthly medical presentations across the country, through our journal publication and creation of a medical module in pediatrics, and the prenatal tool we are launching here tonight, this is how Jack's Basket is changing the story from the very beginning. Along with Dr. Pitt, I am very excited for you to meet more of the medical team behind the efforts, our Down syndrome champions who are dedicated providers who work with our families. After last year's gala, Dr. Aaron Plummer envisioned creating a tool to fulfill the need prenatally, and later this evening, you'll get a chance to see that vision come to reality as we launch that tool to the world. But we will need your help and support to continue to do this important work and reach more healthcare providers. Our theme at Jack's Basket is You Make Me Better, which has become an anthem in our community. Each of our lives have value and can make each other's better, and that certainly doesn't depend on the number of chromosomes a person has. Your words can bring life and love to others, so please be intentional to share that with those around you. A few months ago, we got a letter in our office that I wanted to share with you. This letter was written to Kirsta, who helps us congratulate new parents. And if you haven't yet met Kirsta, she was up here briefly on the stage, but if you haven't yet, she's a young, incredible young woman with Down syndrome that I hope you do get to meet. She leaves a little sparkle wherever she goes. And when I was a college student, I had the gift of babysitting Kirsta when she was 5 years old. In 2013, when we had our sweet baby Jack, I was fragile and vulnerable, searching for hope, but I didn't have to go far because I had Alicia, Kirsta's mom. Fast forward to today, Kirsta's in the Jack's Basket office congratulating parents. And as you can see on the screen, here's a picture of her letter with baby Anna Charlie. And with their permission, I'd like to close with reading a portion of a letter that Anna Charlie's mom wrote to Kirsta. This is a strong and beautiful reminder of how words, hope, and the intention to celebrate life can change the world. Dear Kirsta, thank you so much for the kind note that you sent to us in our Jack's Basket. Your beautiful words touched our family in a way I cannot describe. We knew our daughter Anna Charlie would be born with Down syndrome when I was just a few weeks pregnant. I'm so thankful for an incredible group of people, most complete strangers who are supportive and loving. I've never experienced such tremendous generosity and it has blown me away. I want you to know that you are a part of that love, and we are so thankful for you. You have blessed us with your sparkle, and we will cherish your note for all time. When Anna Charlie is older, we will show her your words of encouragement and remind her that she is perfect, loved, and wanted more than anyone can describe. I hope you always remember the words you wrote to us and know that you also are perfect and beautiful. I pray you always let your sparkle shine. I'm thankful our daughter has a great example like you. So it is with great honor that I welcome the star of the show with so much sparkle, Kirsta and her mom, Alicia, to the stage. Thank you.
Well, let's learn our ABCs.
Easy as 1, 2, 3.
A is for all you amazing attendees. Thank you for being here.
B is for baskets. Like those beautiful baskets on your table, I help pack those sometimes.
C is for celebrate, because all babies are worth celebrating.
D is for Down syndrome. Of course, too bad. You guys don't have Down syndrome. Oh, well.
E is for equipping providers with tools that they need to give the news of a baby born with Down syndrome with true hope.
F is for feisty. Kirsta says feisty get things done.
G is for goodness. The Down syndrome journey is so very full of goodness, like watching your daughter win the talent show.
H is for hope. I give hope to others because I have a sparkling life.
I is for image. The world has an image of what having a baby with Down syndrome is like, and we are here to change some of that.
J is for joy. Do you know how joyful it was for me to go off to Bethel University's Spill program? It was jaw-dropping.
K is for Kirsta. The day you were born was my lucky day, Kirsta. Sometimes filled with challenges, but mostly filled with purpose and beauty. Oh, you got it. There you go. L.
L is for letters in the mail.
You got it. You got it. You got this. You guys, want me to read that one? You guys heard from Carissa the good compliment letter I got from baby Anna Charlie. There she is. M is for meaningful. It is absolutely full of meaning when a basket full of resources and Down syndrome swag and all the things you might need to welcome your child gets delivered to your door in celebration of your child being born. Ooh.
N is for no nonsense. That's how my parents tried to raise me. Right, Dad?
O is for opportunity, and that's what the world is full of now for people with Down syndrome. Yes, there could be more, but there's a lot of opportunity out there.
P is for postcards. I write postcards when I volunteer at Jack's each week. They go into the baskets. I have to get 10 done. That's a lie, because I really like to chat and have snacks.
Q is for questions. It is so normal to wonder and have questions when life hands you something unexpected. But we hope that Jack's Basket can be there to answer some of your questions. And Kirsta would just love to answer a ton of questions if you have.
Really, Mom?
I guess R is for really, Mom. I hear that a lot. S is for surprise. When Kirsta was born, emergency C-section 7 weeks early and 2.4 pounds, we were surprised and unprepared. But what was even more surprising was how short a time it took for really wonderful things to happen.
T is for trust me. I love my life. I work, I travel. I went to college. I have tons of friends. Even I have a boyfriend. Trust me, okay?
U is for unique. We are all uniquely created. Let's face it, Down syndrome or not, we all got our stuff and need a little understanding and grace.
V is for value. What do you value? I value my family, my friends, and my faith.
W is for why. Have you ever wondered why we have to have a gala and a celebration to bring awareness to the value of someone's life? Why?
X is for X-ray. I've had X-rays. They show what?
You got it.
They show you what's inside your body. We all need to X-ray our heart sometimes too.
Y is for you. Y-O-U. You are changing stereotypes with your support of Jack's Basket.
Z is for zip, zip, zip. Let's finish the speech, Mom. People want to watch Ella's video. Roll that video!
Ella is such a light. She's just a joy to be around. She's so loving.
Yeah, very friendly, and so easygoing. Doesn't get too upset about anything.
She's never fearful. She's just always looking to do something that she's never done before. 2 years into our life with Ella is just like life with any family. We do everything that we thought we ever would do with our kids. We had kind of opted to not do any testing throughout our pregnancy, and then on our 20-week ultrasound, the technician had said, you know, we found some bright spots on your baby's heart. 3 days later, they called us. They left a voicemail and it said, we wanted to let you know that your baby has a 73% chance of having Down syndrome. And it just stopped me in my tracks. I came downstairs and I told you, and I remember we just sat there and kind of didn't have words.
I knew nothing about Down syndrome, so you don't really know what that means or or what to expect or how that changes things.
So your brain goes far into the future, and we wanted assurance and definition, and life doesn't give you that. I actually called a friend who I went to college with, and she has a 4-year-old who has Down syndrome. I left a message. I said, we just got this test, and I don't know what it means, and I'm scared, and 73% seems like a really high number, and I don't know what to do. Like, what does this mean to have a child that potentially could have Down syndrome? And she called me back, and I still have the voicemail saved, but she said, first of all, congratulations. And if your baby does happen to have Down syndrome, you just struck the lottery. You just struck the lottery. And she goes, I know this might not be what you want to hear right now in this moment, but I'm telling you, it's true. Now in hindsight, I get it. And we did strike the lottery big time.
Yeah.
The day Ella was born, I started having pretty heavy contractions. We were actually sitting right here, called Mom. Mom was on her way. I said, take your time. Baby's probably coming tonight at some point. Contractions started getting more intense, and his game face was on. He was like, we got to go. My water broke in the kitchen. Then I knew we really had to go. We started walking out the back door to go to our car to go to the hospital, and I had a couple of really big contractions on the back deck, and I felt her head. And Jonathan called 911.
Yeah, I was like, we're not making it.
He said, we're not making it. And the dispatcher kind of walked us through what to do, and all of our neighbors kind of heard what was going on, and about 3 minutes later, Ella came. As you can imagine, there was so much excitement around her birth that we weren't even thinking about anything except, is this baby healthy and breathing?
I think that was the most important part, not being born in hospital and coming out breathing right away, she was just fine.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of amazing.
It's a miracle. It's a miracle. When you think about it, she was born at 36 weeks. She was born outside of a hospital with no medical assistance. She was born with Down syndrome, and she'd never spent one day in the NICU. When Ella was 1 day old, and Liz, our lactation specialist, came in and she said, well, have you heard about Jack's Basket? And it's basically a mom who started Jack's Basket to help celebrate babies who are born with Down syndrome. And I thought, how cool, someone wants to welcome us right now into this really beautiful community, which we knew nothing about. And we were scared and nervous, and we just didn't know what the future was gonna look like. And immediately, people wanted to celebrate us and our family and our daughter. And I think I still have the note that she gave me in the hospital, just, saying that this is really a beautiful thing, and that this is everything to be celebrated. Ella has made me better because she's taught me to slow down and really appreciate little moments. I think when you have a child with a certain diagnosis, you also wonder, what is my child gonna do? And I think in the first 2 years of Ella's life, she's taught us that we need to just get those boundaries out of the way, because she's gonna do everything that a typical child will do on her own time. And she's just taught us to really embrace the little things and be thankful. Be so thankful, because life is short and she's incredible. Ella has just touched so many people in just her 2 years. And had we known what life would be like with Ella, I would tell myself to just not worry, to say, it's gonna be okay. Your life is gonna look different than what you maybe thought it would look like, but it's gonna be so much better. And I'm so grateful that Ella picked us.
So we've already gotten to see a great video. I'm excited to bring a parent up here that can tell their story. I'm going to introduce Dr. Lizzie Wesser to share her family's story. Lizzie is a parent of a child with Down syndrome, and she's also a women's health nurse practitioner, where she compassionately cares for her patients at Southdale OBGYN in the Twin Cities. She holds her Doctor of Nursing practice from the University of Minnesota, has been recognized with multiple awards from her alma mater. She wants her patients to know that she'll be with them every step along the way to support them, care for them, and advocate for what's best for their health. Come on up, Dr. Lizzie Wesser.
Kind of a long walk across the stage there. So, good evening, everyone. as Dr. Pitt said, my name is Lizzie Wesser. My husband Jonathan and I are the proud parents of 4 children, Ella, Nora, Grace, and Jack. We have the distinct honor and privilege of being parents to a child with Down syndrome, our eldest daughter, Ella. In addition to my role as mama, I was a labor and delivery nurse for many years and am now blessed to be living out my calling to support women through all walks of life as a women's health nurse practitioner here in the Twin Cities. Almost 10 years ago now, Jonathan and I began our journey to become first-time parents. We were as excited as any new parent could be and equally oblivious to the challenges of parenthood that awaited us. 20 weeks into my pregnancy, we received a prenatal diagnosis of Down syndrome for our baby. I like to say we found this out by accident, as our reason for having an ultrasound with a perinatalogist was, quote, out of an abundance of caution due to a family history of cardiac defects. A routine ultrasound intended to rule out the long shot odds of a hereditary heart defect resulted in shocking and completely unexpected turn of events. After the ultrasound tech left the room, Jonathan and I chatted nonchalantly, passing time as we waited to hear, all is good, you can get on your way now. It was at this ultrasound that we decided to find out the sex of the baby with a sealed envelope to be opened at a future date. As we waited, our conversation began to fade. We noticed we were waiting an awfully long time, uncomfortably long. Enough time for the anxiety and fears of something must be wrong to begin to build inside of us. Then the perinatalogist entered the room and in a solemn tone said, I would be remiss if I didn't tell you we had a few things we needed to talk about. She shared a list of genetic markers discovered on the ultrasound, the only one of which I heard was an echogenic focus on the baby's heart. And the only thing I could recall in that moment about an echogenic focus was Down syndrome. The blur of information simply boiled down to this. There was a 25% chance that our baby had Down syndrome, and our test results would confirm one way or the other in 24 hours. In an attempt at restoring some semblance of normal, or to know anything for sure about our baby, we opened the envelope and found out we were having a girl. A moment that should have been full of joy and hope carried a significant amount of fear of the unknown and what lay ahead. En route to the car, I received a phone call from my general OB, and truthfully, I don't recall much of what she said, and she may have apologized, but she did inform me of the limits of termination in Minnesota, to which I promptly responded, no thank you. Our preliminary test results came back the following day from our genetic counselor, telling us that Ella did, in fact, have Down syndrome. Because of my background in medicine, I needed to look at her physical chromosomes and requested a photocopy of them when the final testing came back. I was in disbelief, broken, and quite frankly thought they had it wrong, so I had to see it myself. Our diagnosis story is not one of providers being overtly negative or sharing apologies for the bad news. We were fortunate in this regard. Instead, our story is about 2 young, excited, soon-to-be first-time parents who were almost completely ignorant to what a diagnosis of Down syndrome meant. We struggled with, is this a bad thing? It can't be a good thing, can it? Have you met anybody or known anybody with Down syndrome? We asked each other. We knew one thing with certainty, and that this was not even remotely something we had envisioned or considered. The joy of my pregnancy had been stripped from me, and the void left behind soon began to fill with fear and disbelief. We knew we loved this child, and deeply, but were overwhelmed with the fear of the unknown, anxious about our ability to become parents. We started reading everything we could about Down syndrome, which often led us down a dark path of possible complications and challenges that might lie ahead. It's difficult to make sense of or comprehend these emotions as I stand here today. In fact, I've often felt guilty by what we now view as such a silly and misinformed view of Down syndrome. But those feelings and emotions were incredibly real. Our own ignorance and the constant barrage of all the possible bad health outcomes that may result from Down syndrome drowned out any messages of hope and positivity in the early days. The joy of pregnancy anticipation, and in the anticipation of a celebrated arrival were displaced by disbelief, fear, and a sense of loss. I know I'm not alone when I say that, and I want every family here to know that whatever feelings you have felt or are feeling are real and powerful. For us, our family, friends, and faith were our support system. They kept us afloat, helped us see through the tears, and began to look ahead to the joys that would come. In that moment of diagnosis, our world was suddenly changed. We were forced to reconcile a new outlook and future for our child. In some respects, it was so simple. We simply just didn't know what we didn't know. We needed a little bit of help to see the truth that Ella was perfectly created, the truth that Ella would bring more joy to our lives than any pregnancy anticipation could offer, the truth that Ella is a cornerstone of a loving and caring family, the truth that Ella is not defined by a diagnosis, but capable of so many wonderful things, and the truth that Ella makes this world better every day. In my work as a labor and delivery nurse, and now as a nurse practitioner, I've had the honor of walking alongside a few families in the newness of a diagnosis, and some of you might be here or watching tonight. Providers that deliver a prenatal diagnosis of Down syndrome have a tremendous opportunity to share in the celebration of a new life and nudge people to see the fullness of what their child's life can become. As providers, we often get fixated with the clinical side of a diagnosis and obligation to risks and benefits. Providers need to hold space for families as they possibly grieve pregnancy expectations and help guide them to a more positive place. The new prenatal video from Jack's Baskets is just that. It's a warm referral, a brief but helpful introduction into what life may look like, complications or not, with a child with Down syndrome. This video would have brought us so much hope and comfort to know the worries we had were normal and that we were being welcomed into a special community that celebrates babies just like ours. When I reflect on my prenatal care with Ella, my OB was kind and compassionate. The care I received was wonderful. She even came in for Ella's delivery in the middle of the night, even when she wasn't on call. And for those of you who work in medicine, you know that's kind of a big deal. She reminded me at one point when I was reeling with questions that first, Ella would be just a baby. Jack's Baskets has been doing the good work of bringing hope, joy, and a personal connection with their basket delivery and education of pediatric providers. It's now time to focus on partnering with prenatal providers to create a pathway to see the possibility of a family's future. Not just a diagnosis with medical terminology and a list of possible complications. Together, as prenatal providers in Jack's Baskets, we can provide more hope, encouragement, and a glimpse to a new yet unexpected reality that these babies really do make us better. I now have the pleasure of introducing Dr. Erin Plummer, who is the one who initiated the idea for this new prenatal consult film and brought it to life with the Jack's Baskets medical team. Dr. Erin Plummer is a neonatologist at Children's in Minnesota. She joined the Jack's Baskets team in 2019 and has been a member of the board since 2020. Dr. Plummer is compassionate about caring for babies hospitalized in the NICU and supporting their families through what is oftentimes the most difficult journey of their lives. She's a champion for building relationships and improving communication between the healthcare team and families. Her hope is to empower families to be strong advocates for themselves and for their children. Let's welcome Dr. Erin Plummer.
Hi, everybody, and thank you, Lizzie, for the introduction and for sharing your story with us all tonight. I have been beyond honored to be a part of the Jack's Basket team over the past several years. And as many of you know, and what we've been discussing here tonight, the mission of Jack's Basket isn't just to raise awareness of Down syndrome and to celebrate babies with these phenomenal gift baskets and to welcome families into this incredible and loving community. No, that wouldn't be enough for the force that is Kirsta, Carol, and Jack's Basket. But another part of the mission of Jack's Basket is to help educate medical providers to recognize and reevaluate our biases, oftentimes ones that we don't even know we carry until we take the time to take a closer look inside ourselves so that we can be better, so that we can discuss the diagnosis of Down syndrome in an unbiased way. And one of the projects of our medical squad this past year was to send a survey out to families who had received a Jack's Basket. And thank you all of you here tonight and those viewing for taking the time to fill that survey out. We really appreciate your feedback. And we asked families to describe their diagnosis experience so that we could get a pulse on how we were doing and to hopefully identify areas that we could really focus on improvement. One of the questions we asked on that survey was, what emotions did you experience after receiving your child's diagnosis? And not surprisingly, parents felt a huge range of emotions, which is completely normal. And one emotion I wanted to point out, and one that was most prevalent on our survey, was fear. You know, we often hear stories of families receiving a diagnosis of Down syndrome early in their pregnancy and then essentially being left in the dark with either a lapse in time before they have an opportunity to discuss their questions with a medical provider or become connected with another parent, or no opportunity at all. And that fear of living in the unknown can be completely overwhelming. You know, in my job as a neonatologist, we often do something called a prenatal consult, where we will meet with families early in their pregnancies following an unexpected diagnosis, and we will discuss what a family might expect following the birth of their pregnancy, or following the birth of their child. And, you know, although we can't entirely predict everything that will happen, it can be incredibly reassuring to know that you have resources available to you, to know that you have an experienced medical team behind you and that will be with you every step of the way, and that you are not alone. And we know that during these meetings, our words matter. Our words are powerful. And the words that we choose will likely become imprinted in a family's story as a flashbulb memory, especially during this time of heightened emotions. And the words that we choose can easily frame a diagnosis in a positive or negative light, and that framework will stay with a family. And we know that even with our very best of intentions, we don't always get it right. You know, another question we asked in our survey was, what words were used by the provider when you received your child's diagnosis? And the top 3 words were concerns, risks, and I'm sorry. And congratulations was way down at the bottom. And as I'm sure all of you in this room and viewing here tonight would agree, I'm sorry is not the first word you would want a family to hear when they're preparing to welcome a new baby into the world, and the baby happens to have a diagnosis of Down syndrome. So at Jack's Basket, we want to rewrite this narrative. We want to congratulate these families. We want these babies to be celebrated the way they deserve to be celebrated. We want families to know that although the path forward is different than expected, that it may be challenging at times, that it is a path that is full of love and joy. And we want families to know that they are strong, they are capable, and that they are not alone. And so on our medical squad, we started brainstorming, what could we do to improve a family's diagnosis experience, especially if they're receiving a diagnosis early in their pregnancy? How can we have more families hear our message? How can we provide some good, unbiased information for families? How can we model our message for other medical providers? And how can we congratulate more babies? Luckily, we came up with an idea, and we created an easily accessible virtual resource that can be used to bridge the gap between the time of diagnosis and the time a family can be connected with a trusted medical provider. And the goal of our tool is to shed some light on some of those dark unknowns that occur following the diagnosis of Down syndrome, to know what it might be like to have a child with Down syndrome from both medical providers and from families who have been through it and who have had a variety of different experiences, and to, most importantly, offer hope in the journey ahead. So I am beyond thrilled to introduce a sneak peek of our newest tool, the Jack's Basket Prenatal Consult video. I hope you all enjoy.
On behalf of the medical team at Jack's Basket, we want to congratulate you on your pregnancy. You're likely watching this video because you've recently received the unexpected news that your baby has a diagnosis of trisomy 21 or Down syndrome. We are here for you and want this video to be both informative and also hopeful as you prepare for the arrival of your new baby. My name is Dr. Erin Plummer, and I am a neonatologist at Children's Hospital in Minnesota.
My name is Rebecca Olson, and I'm a pediatric nurse practitioner.
Hi, my name is Niyati Patel. I'm a pediatric intensive care physician, and I work in the cardiac ICU.
My role in the hospital is to take care of newborn babies after they're born if they're needing any additional medical care.
One of the things that I've universally seen in all my patients that have babies with Down syndrome is just the love that goes into those families and the care that I see parents taking of their babies. Oftentimes I'll be asked, have you seen this before? Is this common? Do you see this with Down syndrome? And the answer most frequently is yes, we have seen this before, and we will take excellent care of your baby.
I think my favorite part of my job is watching kids with their parents, babies recovering from their surgeries, and watching families wave goodbye on their way out of the ICU and onto their new lives.
One of the best resources for you will be to connect with other parents and hearing their stories. And Jack's Basket is a wonderful organization to help you make these connections. So let's hear from some families that are raising a child with Down syndrome.
Hi, I'm Allison, and I'm the mom to Ella. I remember sitting there when I was pregnant and not knowing what she would be capable of. And ever since she was born, she's blown all of us away on all she's capable of. She's proven to all of us that you are more than a label, you are more than a diagnosis, and you can just be who you were born to be.
My name is Hiyot Austin. I'm the mother of Agape, who is a 5-year-old born with Down syndrome.
Can you show Clementine?
Agape made my life better because she made me realize how much more life could be with her and not without her. Time will always show you how beautiful it is having a child with Down syndrome.
Mi nombre es Natalie y mi niña mayor tiene 7 años y nació con síndrome de Down. ¿Qué le diría a los papás? Todo va a estar bien. El tener un niño con síndrome de Down es muchas alegrías, hay muchas alegrías y probablemente al recibir el diagnóstico recibimos muchas cosas negativas, pero todo va a estar bien.
Hi, I'm Michelle, and I'm the mother of Evelyn.
It's so sparkly.
I worried I wouldn't bond with my child, and the love that I have for her is beyond anything I could have ever imagined. That we have gotten through so much, and she has such a rich, beautiful life She is full of love and joy and compassion, and I can't describe the amount of tenderness and joy that she just brings to our life, and it'll be worth every step of the journey.
My name is Kirsta Carroll, and I am the founder and executive director of Jack's Basket. We are dedicated to celebrating babies with Down syndrome and providing every new and expectant parent with resources and avenues of support within the community. As you begin your journey, we just want to say congratulations.
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 Muchas felicidades.
Congratulations.
Thank you, everybody. And before we move on, I just want to give a special thank you to everyone involved in creating this video. Thank you to Kirsta. Thank you to Nate Larson and Matt Berry for creating the video. A special thank you to our Jack's Basket Medical Squad, especially Becca Olson and Dr. Nee Patel for participating in the video. And a very, very special thank you to Allison Alexander, Highwood Alston, Natalie Quant, and Michelle Olson for sharing your stories and your beautiful children with us. Now, so what we saw here tonight was just a sneak peek of the video. If you are interested in viewing our full 17-minute video, which I strongly encourage each and every one of you to take a gander, I want to direct you to your programs where you will find a QR code that will link you directly to the video. And for our virtual viewers tonight, you can find this video on our website, www.jacksbasket.org/prenatal consult film. And I invite you all tonight to share this video with your friends, your family, and also with healthcare providers that you know. And sharing this video with your healthcare providers is a phenomenal way that we can all celebrate this month, Down Syndrome Awareness Month, and the month that we are launching this video. And we hope that this video will be used as a supplement for any family who is receiving an early diagnosis of Down syndrome to help aid in their journey and make it a more positive experience. And, as many of you know, I have been just so incredibly proud of what we have done thus far as a medical squad in creating these tools, and our future goals are still coming. Our hope is that we will continue to create some supplemental films that will look into more specific experiences and different diagnoses that tend to go hand in hand with Down syndrome. And we are also in the process of creating a curriculum for medical learners to complete so that they can become experts in discussing unexpected diagnoses and continue to perpetuate this learning throughout the country. And I am very hopeful and very excited for all the work that is to come. And now I want to welcome back to the stage Dan Maslowski of Flatabo Advancement to continue this evening and lead us in smashing our fundraising goals for tonight.
Very quietly, I want on your table, there are a stack of bid numbers. I want you to pass them around, and I want to make sure you match them up to your tag. Because we're on an adventure right now. We're on an adventure to raise well over $250,000. And we need every single person's help. All you have to do is lift up your bid number when you find a level that you feel comfortable with. Folks, I know that you know. I know that you get it. But unfortunately, there is a lot of people that don't understand. And that is where we need to come together. Because we are continually driving the force of knowledge and acceptance and changing that narrative. Do I have anybody in the room that would like to start out our giving moment at $20,000? It is a huge level. Do I have anybody that would like to pledge $20,000? If so, lift up your hand up. Number 692 at $20,000. Do I have anybody that would like to match that $20,000? As I look out here, I see none. Know that every dollar will help us provider to provider and provide those wonderful baskets. Our next level is $15,000. Do I have anybody that would like to pledge $15,000? I've got my first hand up, number 415 at $15,000. Do I have a second at $15,000? Let's give both those donors a huge round of applause. Do I have anybody else at $15,000? Our next level is $10,000. Now's your opportunity. Who would like to pledge at $10,000? If so, lift up your numbers up. Number 738 at $10,000. Number 826 at $10,000. Number 774 at $10,000. Let's give all three people a huge round of applause. Thank you, young man. Our next level is $5,000. Who would like to pledge at the $5,000 level? Start putting your hands up. Folks, I hate to say it, but your hands are going to be sore after you leave tonight. So let's give these people a big round of applause. Number 149 at $5,000. Number 142 at $5,000. Number 398 at $5,000. Number 842 at $5,000. Number 230 at $5,000. 725 at $5,000, 635 at $5,000. Can you turn it this way? Number 224 at $5,000. Number 278, thank you, ma'am, at $5,000. Number 626 at $5,000. Let's give all 10 people and $50,000 a huge cheer.
Hey, Dan, do you know what $2,500 covers?
What does $2,500 cover?
1 month of rent. Let's keep the doors open for a couple years on the $2,500 bids.
All right, at $2,500, lift your number up nice and high. Who would like to pledge at the $2,500? Number 137, and look at how happy she is.
January.
I love it. 2,500. Number 198
That's
at
February.
25. Number 831
March.
at $2,500. Number 435.
April.
Thank you, at 25. Number 796.
We're open through
at
the spring, May.
$2,500.
Dan, over here.
Number 577 at $2,500. Number 298.
June,
number
July.
273. Number 384. Get
August.
your hands going, folks. Number 856. Number
September.
239.
October.
Number 719 at
December.
25. Do
We got a
I
December.
have anybody else?
537, December.
Anybody else at $2,500? Let's give all 13 people.
And
Oh, that
645.
makes up 14. Number 645 at $2,500. Folks, let's give all 14 people a huge round of applause. All right, now we're at that special level of $1,000. I always call this the magic level, $1,000. And tonight, to help us kick it off, we have a $30,000 match. $30,000 match. from some anonymous donors that really would love to see a lot of hands up. Who would like to pledge at the $1,000 level? If so, lift up your numbers up nice and high. Look at those hands, folks. Keep on clapping. I'm going to start on this side. Number 804, thank you, ma'am. Number 351. Number 604. Number 768. Number 348. Number 161. Number 457. Number 354. Number 520. Number 728. Number 529. Number 459. Keep on clapping. I'll keep calling them. 475. 561, 630, 722, number 531, number 186, you guys were excited, number 588, number 711, what number is that? Is that 367, 263, 288, number 871, number 127, we got the match just on this side. Let's give this side a huge round of applause. And look at the hands we've got on this side. Number 135, 163, 574, 846. Number 877, 876, 563, 211. And look at that smile. Number 687, 356, 849. Number 312. 549, 251, number 301, number 519, number 732, number 330, 491, number 102, 294, 632, 783, 253, 534, 649, 169. Number 208, number 169, number 682. Let's give all 101 people a big round of applause. All right, folks. We have 3 levels left. Those that have already pledged, there are tablets on your table. We need you to put your pledges in through the tablet. So if you want, you can hand them around, but we still have 3 more levels left. At the $500 level, who would like to pledge at the $500? I'll call numbers as long as you clap. Number 611 at $500. Number 427, 499, 498, number 825, 524, number 119, number 225, number 116, number 153, number 364, number 448, number 757, 440, number 289, 590, number 754, number 609, number 234, that's a Bethel number right there. Number 424, number 624, number 416, number 857, number 861, number 353, number 158, number 504, number 232, number 746, number 538. One over there, number 669, number 393, all at $500. Let's give all, oh, we got one more? I got guys pointing at me. Let's give all 67 people a big round of applause. All right, 2 levels left. The $250 level. Who would like to pledge at the $250 level? If so, lift up your hands nice and high. Number 334, number 789, thank you. Number 888, that's a lucky 8s right there. 555, that table needs to buy Powerball tickets. Number 803 at $250. Number 386. Number 853, number 410, number 572, number 835, number 867, 345, 445, 851, number 130, all at $250. Number 739, number 527, all at $250. Folks, let's give 42 people a huge round of applause.
Hey, Dan, do you know what $150 our last level does?
It
funds a basket.
It creates a basket. Folks, this is the most important part right here. Folks, next year, we want 2,000 baskets delivered. We have 900 people in here. If every single person, whether you have pledged or not, raise your number up right now, your number represents one basket. Who would like to be the first person to pledge at the $100.50? Put your hand up nice and high. Look at the hands, folks. If you've already pledged or not, now's your opportunity. At the $150, that's the cost of one of Jack's basket. The hands are still going up, folks. Let's give all these people a huge round of applause. Thank you. Number 190, number 593, number 665, number 192, number 854, number 841, number 138, number 181. I love it. Nice and high. Number 438, number 437, number 468, number 418, 336, 439, 339, 340, 496, number 519, number 212, number 617, all providing a basket. Number 248, number 637, all providing a basket. Number 750, all providing a basket. Folks, if you haven't done so now, now's the time to put your pledge in. And you can see it on the clock, right here on the board. We are currently at $212,000. Folks, you are doing great work. Every dollar matters, whether it be $25 or $25,000. Please make a difference. Mike.
And I just want to remind everybody online, now's a chance for you to give as well. We've got one last video before we close out the program.
It made me better.
Can you say, you make me better?
Say, you make me better.
You make me better. You make me better.
Frankie, can you say, you make me better?
Better.
You make me better. Yay!
You make me better. You make me better.
Say it again.
You make me better.
You make me better.
Yeah.
So you make me better. Let me see your smile.
You make me better.
Okay, who feels like they were made a little better tonight, right? We've got about 800 people here. Can we do one You Make Me Better on the count of three just to knock. There's another fundraiser going on. Let's embarrass them with how loud we can get. On the count of three, 1, 2, 3. You make me better. You know what makes us better? Let's give another round of applause to our presenting sponsor sitting right here, Gens Ryan. I love those guys. IDC Countertops, all of our sponsors who help make this evening possible. For those of you that won or need to close out auction winners and have yet to purchase your Jack's Basket merch, please head back to the social hour area through those doors and you'll be able to check out. We also have delicious desserts from, this is right by our home, Nothing Bundt Cakes. You can actually go get a buntini outside those doors. Beware of the stampede for the Bundt Cakes. And then there's no Jack's Basket party without pizza, so we'll be having some late night pizza on Chris, is that right? Yeah, okay, that's coming. We also want to thank you again to celebrate this next year, October 13th. If you're watching this at home, go on your website right now, put it on the calendar, and get a flight to join this crowd. It's a great group, October 13th for the 7th annual Gala. To our virtual friends, we've been so honored to share this space with you. We want to see you gathering pics. You can post them at Jack's Basket, and you can use our hashtag YouMakeMeBetterGala. We're going to close with one of my favorite parts of the night. So how great, dear Lord, Heavenly Father, it's not working this time. I've run out of tricks. We're going to close this night with a Jack's Basket, what brought you all here. On your table, you have a basket as a centerpiece. They've been prepared and they're getting ready to go out to families this week. Underneath, I need somebody to pick it up. There's the plastic. You can lift it, put it in the bag, get it all tied up, and drop it off on the stage, and then Kirsta will be kicking us off with the DJ. Again, to our virtual viewers, we sure hope you can feel the energy and the joy in this room tonight. Thank you again for watching from home and sharing your evening with us. Good night, everybody. Bring your baskets here. Stay to dance, eat Bundt Cakes and pizza.